Hello, welcome back to my channel. Joey here. Today I'm sharing my currently inked fountain pens for August. And that is supposed to be a U. Currently. I just need the tiniest amount of ink. More. Too much. Perfect. My first pen is the Platinum Preppy Modern Maki-E. And it's got these cute little koi fish. I love it. And I have in it Silhouette by the Birmingham Pen Company. This was part of an ink bundle, and I probably wouldn't have picked it out by itself. It's a little boring. Since everything is out, I might as well finish swatching it in my ink profile journal. This is on Leuchtturm paper. This is on the 120 GSM Leuchtturm paper. And this is Clairefontaine. Even though the color really doesn't do much for me, I'm excited to use it in this pen. I've so far only used the black ink cartridge it came with, and I was planning on just using the ink up, but after a year of it still being mostly full, I finally got bored with it and decided to flush it out. I was struggling to find an ink color I wanted to use with this sticker set. My reds weren't orange enough, my blues were too vibrant. It kind of matches the color on the wings here. If I get ink on my cover, I'm going to be very upset. So then I put it right by the ink. Let's do this. It does look almost black. It is a very dark green. For the monthly spread in my reading journal, I went with this TWSBI Diamond Mini and Lennon Toolbar's beautifully named Joey. What? Well, now I have way too much on here. Beautiful. And yes, I bought it entirely because of the name, but it is a nice pinky red. The next pairing I also used in my reading journal, and that is my Leonardo Furore in Blue Galaxy with Robert Oster Toffee. I'm still trying to find brown inks that work for me. I'm not sure that this is it. It's just kind of meh. It was one of the first brown inks I bought, if not the first. I don't think there's enough depth. Like, there's not enough shading. There's not enough intrigue. It's too flat. Brown inks have a place in my collection. I especially like using them for more vintage looking journal spreads, but I'm probably never going to get very excited about them. The next combination is a classic example of how I overthink everything. I needed an ink that shouted war, and the obvious choice was Van Dieman's Leonidas, which I also bought because of the name and the box. I like the box. Then I had to figure out which pen to put it in, and I settled for my boyfriend's Kaweco Brass Sport. Obviously, the bronze Kaweco would have been more suitable, but I'm not at the point in my life yet where I can shell out $200 for a pen just to fit a theme. These two together are fabulous though. It is a bit on the wet side, this medium nib, or maybe it's the ink itself. I haven't used this long enough to be able to tell. And the color is supposed to be the same as the cloaks that the Spartan soldiers wore. I haven't done the entries for these, but I'm going to use it in my reading journal for two books that I read. The first one is the classic children's story, The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Oh, look at that. Does that look good together? I think that's a match. I think that's pretty good. And then last year I read The War of Art by Steven Pressfield, and because I'm behind on everything, I still haven't done the journal entry for it. To take it a step further, Steven Pressfield also wrote a historical fiction account of the Battle of Thermopylae, where in 480 BC, Gerard Butler led Michael Fassbender and 299 other Spartans against an invading Persian army, and Faramir of Gondor lost an eye. So you see, it's all connected. This morning I inked up this Narwhal Nautilus in the color Turquoise Dream with Sailor Studio 683. And I inked it up in anticipation to finishing the Plantagenets by Dan Jones. I've already been practicing the title for it. I don't know what I was doing here besides having a stroke. I need to keep practicing. I just got to the Black Death. I don't think it's going to go so well. I think I talked about this in my last currently inked because it's similar to Birmingham Pen Company Waterfront Dusk, which is more purple. Color-wise, not my favorite combination, but I wanted to use a stub nib, so that's why I grabbed this. The only other ink I've had in here was Sacagawea by Van Diemen's, and it was so beautiful. Lovely purpley blue with sparkle. Oh my gosh, and there's some turquoise in it. This color is a bit more boring. Is it weird that I've already picked out which pen and ink I want to use before I've even finished reading the book? I've also been taking a lot of notes on the book. 2 mini notes. And the pen I've been using is my Edison Collier in the color Pearlized Juniper with Sailor Manyo Kuzu. I'm gonna try to get a close up here. Please ignore my phone. This is a dark burgundy or maroon. I always forget the difference between them. And it has a greenish sheen. I've actually had to fill this up 2 or 3 times now because I've been taking way too many notes. The next one is my Moonman M2, also with a stub nib. And I have in it a proprietary blend of 3 inks. Kuzu, Diamine Tinsel, and Ferris Wheel Press the Fluttering Heart, which I love mixing with other inks. And I'm hoping because this is a mix that I won't screw up my pen. A lot of reds this time around. So I started out with Tinsel and the Fluttering Heart because the Fluttering Heart's too light on its own, and Tinsel I would only really use during Christmas time. So I wanted to see if maybe together it would create something that I would use more often, but it was still a little too red. So I ended up adding Kuzu to it, and it made it a little darker and a little bit more pink. I like it. It's got some nice shimmer. And I'm going to use it for the journal spread for Love and Friendship by Jane Austen. Kind of go, a little bit, yeah. These are not my typical colors. Very dark and moody. But don't worry, the next one is going to knock your socks off. And that is Wearingeul Enki. And I'm using it in my Noodler's Ahab with the flex nib. I inked this up specifically to use in my Stalogy, where I transcribe the first sentences of books. And I'm going in order of when I bought them. And so the next one was Enki. It's a blue ink that shades to violet, and it has a gold shimmer. And apparently it's named after the Sumerian god of water and wisdom. It is a bit on the dry side, and it's very light. So when I used it in my 5-year journal last year, it's a little hard to read. Sometimes it's completely illegible, but I didn't really do anything interesting last year anyway, so it's fine. It has been sitting in this pen for a week or 2 though, so it looks a little darker than it usually is. Alright, that's all of my pens for this month. If you made it this far in the video, please let me know which is your favorite pairing. I hope you'll consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye! Are you watching second camera? Are you paying attention? You have to actually hit record, you know. Why did I start recording this after I ate mac and cheese? My heart's gonna be palpitating. My platinum Preppy wah, and it represents perseverance and growth. Not unlike the little engine that could. Chugga 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 chugga. Every time I look at this, I just see the wart. War. Yeah. Against an invasion. Oh my god. There's not enough intrigue. Nothing's rich enough for me. Such is the weave in the tapestry called life. That was so painful. Why do I feel like a jackass? Toot, toot.